Hi, this is interview 2, take 2. This is Danielle H. Interview Jen again. We'll start off reviewing a couple things with you here, Jen. Is that okay? Sure. Okay. Alright. Just for taping purposes, I want to go through a couple things and have you give your verbal consent. What I've given you the lifeline number at 1-800-273-TALK. Yeah. Okay. Today we're going to agree to just discuss safe topics and avoid anything related to trauma, intimate partner or family relationship concerns, intimacy, addiction, or intense subject matter. Okay, is that okay? Yes. And I know we spoke about being unlimited recorder, but I'm just going to review it for interview's sake. That I am an unlimited reporter, which I know you are as well. Which means that if something arises that indicates safety concerns to you, people around you, your children, need to take steps to ensure safety needs are addressed. I understand. Okay. This particular interview is just basically a kind of rehearsal to your practicing for school. Where there is as a student, I think we discussed this last time, that we've been friends for a long time, and I want to thank you for helping me with this. Sure. The tape, like last time, will be shared for educational purposes and critique with faculty and indirectly in processing. Last time I put up a tape on YouTube, but it's just such private. So really just don't get caught myself. Okay. You have the right to stop recording if it feels uncomfortable or anything regarding trauma, sexuality, or something a little intense. Or a little too intense, you can go ahead and stop. I will be stopping it at one point, just to start again in 10 seconds, 10-minute overloads. Okay? So, just wanted to review that with you. Do you remember what we talked about last time? I believe that we talked about the anxiety that I've been feeling since my mother passed, and a lot of the overwhelming feelings that I've been having just in my day-to-day life, not having her there, and that she was kind of my go-to person for validation and for comfort, and now I don't really have them anymore, and I feel that loss very deeply. I think that was the thought. Mostly the sound. Yeah, I discussed some things at school when we got to brainstorm some anxiety reduction techniques. How do you feel things are going now as the last time I spoke to you? I think that I've been trying to explore my own spirituality to find the answers that before I either didn't want to know or care to know, and then it didn't seem to be a priority at the time. But now I kind of feel like I'd like to be close to my mom still. If she is here, I would like to welcome her. I'd like to speak with her still. But, prior to her passing, I didn't believe in an afterlife, and I didn't believe that our souls were separate from our bodies and whatnot. So I've been exploring that, and the more I explore it, it opens up more questions, but then the more comfort I feel. So that's an area of my life where before I really just kind of ignored, and now starting to just explore that. Also, work, on the other hand, at work, things have changed in that for 9 years I've taught the upper reading group, read level at school. So I teach kindergarten, so we have an intensive group for reading that needed the most help, and then a strategic group that were kind of in the middle somewhere, on level, and then we have an above level or benchmark group that needed challenge. And for 9 years I've taught that benchmark challenge group, and really it was like teaching first grade. They came in knowing most of their sight words and letters and sounds, and then I pushed them to write stories and be creative, and we did a lot of projects. And then now our principal decided to switch me and the intensive teacher. So now it's like I'm going into teaching preschool reading instead of first grade, and even though it's still kindergarten, it is a big change for me. It's 2 hours out of my day, and I have to just come up with a whole new way of teaching. Just like I came up with a new way of teaching the benchmark group, now I have to come up with a whole new way of teaching the intensive group with the curriculum that I have. And it's just labor intensive. It's a lot of work to come up with all new materials, and we had discussed just swapping our materials, but the whole point of him wanting us to switch was so that we could come at the kids with a different viewpoint, just to switch it up a little bit and see if we could work better with the other group. So that's been kind of overwhelming. I was at work until 11 o'clock the other night when they kicked me out, and I had this good friend of mine come in there and help me by filing some things. It was awesome. Sometimes I just need that little bit of support to know that I'm back alone, and my husband helps, but with the kids then, and they're not conducive to getting things done. But
it's gotta be tough to switch after doing things your way, and the way that you with kids that this is what you know, this is all you learned in 9 years.
Right.
So that's a hard change.
Stepping out of my comfort zone. I love teaching all kids. It's not, my coworker was much more upset about it than I was. I thought, oh no, this is going to be a big change, it's going to be a lot of work. But I feel like I'm up for the challenge. It's what I do, it's my career. I think that I can handle, changing it up, and I'll probably learn a lot. And, sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone is positive. I hope that the only thing I'm worried about is that if I need support, I hope that I'll be able to get it, and that they won't just, be like, well, too bad, or figure it out, or whatever. Because I really want to do what's best for the kids, and, I do have the learning support teacher coming in to work with me for 40 minutes out of that hour and a half block in the morning, and then we have 35 minutes in the afternoon too. But so her coming in to help is like team teaching, and it helps a lot to have somebody to bounce the ideas off of and to work forward from there. It is tough though to change it up, especially in the middle. Well, it's not the middle of the year, it's the end of the first quarter, so and I believe those kids and their families that I've come to know and be close to, and then switch to a bunch of kids that I'm not, I'm familiar with them all because I teach kindergarten, but to not know their strengths and weaknesses and their things that make them tick, you learn what kids like to learn about, and then you use that to, and now I have to learn a whole new group of kids, and oh well, I don't mean to complain, it's just difficult to change.
But I'm noticing a difference in your demeanor, you're smiling about. Like, I think you really kind of, despite the fact that there's going to be, some